R1. Now just start holding it.
Okay. Just gonna hang out for a bit.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just
Hold
stay
it.
where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
There it is.
On your left. 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 Move. Ah! Down. Left. Ah! There's a skeleton over there.
Dark.
You can actually see it in the earlier shots when he was setting his elbow and then leaning back. It was in the background. You could see the skull.
Shagohod.
Traitor.
You see never mind, it's fading out. But all the way on the right side of the frame there was like the end of like a tree trunk, and it was just peeking out from behind it. You could just see like the outline a little bit. It's just one of those things that I totally won't bring up later in the story.
You haven't chosen a name. You haven't chosen an emotion to carry into battle yet. I have, actually. I am the contempt.
The D.
That's not an emotion.
To quote Best Friends, the feel of dick.
Oh, I don't like that you can just radio fucking make me spitake now.
Excellent.
I was mid-sip when you're like, the feeling of dick.
Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
There's a super funny thing associated with this scene. Volgin gets this missile launcher, and there's a figure that was released, and it's the boss with it. And anyone who knows this game, even passingly, is like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we
Okay.
take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility.
Jesus
I think it's time I
Christ.
gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Yeah, because the Russians would say that.
Well, he's saying it, I think, ironically, as a thing of like, haha, American shit. Everyone's blind now.
They say when our vision would come back?
Like 3 days.
Doesn't matter, we'll be dead by then. Probably from the
Yeah.
radiation poisoning.
Dude, I remember talking with a coworker about nuclear fallout once, and I was like, let's say that a nuke got dropped downtown Chicago right now, or like you could see it coming. Do you want to know the best strategy? And he goes, yeah, shoot. I go, drive as fast as you can towards it. And he goes, why? I'm like, because you'll die as fast as possible. At this range, you would die way slower and way more painfully than if you just got incinerated instantly. And he's like, I don't like this. No. No, you don't. You really shouldn't either. It's horrible.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, we're doing a formal break it? Or no?
Nah, I was just gonna cut. I was gonna cut it right there, but you kept talking.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Well, now we get this. Don't skip it. Oh my god.
nope. Putting the controller down. I guarantee there's not gonna be any first-person cues.
There will not.
Oh, that's right. It has a theme song.
Hell yeah, it does. That's gotten many, many renditions. I'm gonna shut up now. Oh. So a fair warning, you'll probably have to cut that out after this gets uploaded.
Really?
Yes. There's a Konami's very shitty about that. Dude, episodes of MGS2 still have copyright strikes on them.
Oh, I'm well aware. Also, I definitely didn't just mute my mic and just start fucking jamming out.
Hell yeah.
Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Aaron Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
I adore the
It
fact
was a hotline
that
call
they
from
made
President
a
Johnson.
James Bond-esque power ballad for this game, like, as a joke, but it's unironically a fucking, like, just rip-roaring good song.
Fucking slaps, dude.
Was destroyed in a nuclear explosion.
And it was just like, hey,
At about the same time,
watch a bunch of James Bond movies, but only the first 10 minutes. That song,
Yeah.
make that happen.
Your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I also already have an idea for the thumbnail for the series.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
To your country a week ago.
No.
So you haven't heard then. The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2 miniature nuclear shells along with her.
The boss took 2 miniature nuclear shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago.
So 2-year
Serious
time skip.
problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had...
There's a really excellent piece of world building.
And I would like dearly to believe you.
The boss they mentioned was part of World War II, and she helped secure like key points to help turn the tide of the war.
Okay.
Her and the Cobra unit collectively like were a big part of that.
Okay.
If they were going to do like it was heavily speculated and discussed that if they were going to do another prequel game that was before this, you would be the boss leading the Cobra unit in World War II.
Yes, preferably something painful.
Like RTS style, or?
Not merely another
No.
one of your tricks.
Okay.
But that's the setup.
The boss should be
Right.
close to Colonel Volk.
It didn't happen, but holy shit, can you imagine?
That would have been great.
I would not expect too
I
much
mean,
if I were you.
based on all the hype that you're giving me about the boss, which, again, the last time that we played MGS3 was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
1 week. You have only
It would have been a
1
good game.
week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgan as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal
So
of the
good.
situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal.
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off.
That's about right.
You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.